Good morning, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be demonstrating the features of a custom programming language that I wrote called KukuLang. And the reason why I made this programming language is firstly because I wanted to know how our source code is translated and interpreted by machines. The second reason is because I wanted to make a programming language whose syntax is going to be very natural and similar to that of a naturally spoken English. So the syntax is going to be easy to understand even for a person who isn't into programming and is not a programmer. So let's get started. So the first thing is we're going to talk about is assignment. So to assign variables, all we do is set a to something like that. Okay, it's as simple as that. We're setting a to jy. It's as simple as that. And to print it, we just do print with a. I'm just going to print the value of a. There you go. And then we have, what do we have? We have inputs. We can take inputs, set a to input, and then we can again print with a. If we do this, we're gonna set the value of a, and we are printing it, right? So we have we have assignments, we have input, we have prints, and then we have all what do you call that, loops, and then we also have conditionals. But before that, we're gonna be starting off with custom types. Custom types are similar to structs of C++. The only difference is that we cannot define functions. But and if you come from Java or C#, it's similar to classes. The difference is that you cannot have functions, just like in structs. So to define a custom type, all we're gonna do is define human, or let's say person, makes much more sense, with age of type int and the name of type text, right? So we are defining a property called person with age and name as its property. So we can create a new object from this person by doing set a to person. Okay, and this is going to create a person object and store it in a. And if we try to print it now, sorry, a's age, if we're trying to print these, then it's gonna we can see that if it works or not. You can see that we're printing 0 because by default the value of an integer is 0. And if you try to print the name, it's going to be empty because that's what the default value of a text is. And you can see over here that this is how we are accessing nested properties. For example, if this was any other programming language such as C++ or C# or Java, we would do a.name, right? But here we are doing a single quote s name, as name. Oh, that's so weird to say. As name. Okay, yeah. So this is how you can create objects, and to set its properties, we're just gonna do set as. Whoa, I gotta change this. Let's make it foo. Okay, let's set foo's age to 24. Set foo's name to Kuku, right? And if we try to print now, print with foo's name, you can see that it's gonna print expected token with foo's name. Where did I okay, this is supposed to be 2, yeah. So if we run it again, you see that it's gonna be Kuku. Okay, there we go. So everything's working. This is how we set variables, and we can also have nested types. For example, define student with let's say ID, that's gonna be there, or let's say role. This is gonna be int, and then we can also have data. It's going to be of type person, which we defined over here. This person type is going to be referring to this. So we can have complex nested properties, such as we can create a new object. We have foo over here, right? Let's create a student, set foo stud, right, to student. Perfect, we are creating a student object, and now we can use nested properties to set its value. Set foo studs role to, let's say, I don't know, 19, something like that. And then we can also do set foo studs data to what do you call it, foo. We can also do this, right? And if we try to print our foo studs data's name, this, wait a minute, we are not supposed to set, we are supposed to print with foo studs data's name. So if we do this, this should print Kuku, because we are setting foo stats data to foo as well. This is basically doing foo_stud dot data dot name. Okay, but we are using a single quote s to access, because this is how a person would be referring to this nested variables in real life if they were talking in English. So as you can see, it's printing cuckoo. We can also set foo_studs data's name to, let's say, something like Smith, and if you print it, it's gonna now print Smith. So you can see that we have the ability to you know, call nested properties, and we can go a step further. We can set its age to let's say foo's age, right? So we're setting the age of foo_studs data's age to foo's age, and if we try to print it age, we should have 24 right here, 24. So yeah, you can have nested variables and all those things. Now the third thing that we want to talk about is custom task or functions. It's functions, but I just called it custom task because why not? Why the fuck not? It's my program, I can do whatever I want. So let's define let's say person constructor returning person with age of type int age param. We'll just call it age param so that it's obvious, and then we have name param. It's gonna be text, right? Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be set temp to person. So we are creating a new object, creating person object with default values. Okay, and after that we're gonna be setting set temps name to name param, right? This one, right? Makes sense, right? We're setting the temps name to name param, then we're gonna set temps age to the age param. Okay, and then ultimately we're gonna be returning our temp. Okay, makes sense, right? It's all making sense, right? Okay, that's good. So we defined our function. In this function is called person constructor, and since our custom types, they cannot have their own functions, we are defining a constructor right here, and we are going to be using this function to get a person object with the specified age and the name. So we can do a set foo to person constructor with age. Let's give age as, what do you call that, 24, and then sorry, it's age param, and then with the name param as cuckoo, right? If we do this and then we try to print with whose name, we should be able to get the name cuckoo. Yeah, cuckoo. So yeah, that's functions, that's custom types, that's assignment, that's printing. And now we're going to look at the basic ones, such as conditionals. So set a to 12, sorry, 1, and then we do if, sorry, yeah, if a is 12, then we're gonna execute whatever is in the body. Print with, I can say inside if. We can do this, and if you run this, sorry, if you run this, we are not gonna get anything because we are not entering this body, right? Because this condition is not true. A is 12 is this condition is not true. But if we set it to is not, this condition is true now. A is not 12. Yeah, this is a true statement. So if you run this, then yes, we are going to be inside if. So that's conditionals, and there are a bunch of conditionals. You can see over here there's is not, is greater than, is greater or is less than, or is less or is. Okay, and now we're going to be looking at loops. So there are two kinds of loops. There's like until, and then condition repeat. Okay, so this is what a syntax looks like. Until, and then you're going to specify the condition, and then you're going to use the word keyword repeat, and then you're going to start the body. So the way until loops work is it's going to keep on looping as long as the condition is false. So it's like an opposite of a while loop. In a while loop in other languages, the condition is going to keep on looping as long as the condition is true, right? But here, what do you call that? In until, the loop is going to get executed as long as the condition is false. So as long as until a is 10, we're gonna be looping. So print with hello Okay, so if you run this, it's gonna keep on looping forever, because until a is 10, until this condition is true, it's gonna keep on looping. So it's the opposite of a while loop. So we can do set a to a plus 1, and then if you run this, you can see that we're printing hello. You can ignore this. This was supposed to be a debug text. Yeah. So you can see that we printed hello this many times, and then we stopped once the value of a was 10. Okay. And the second type of loop we have is as long as. As long as is basically a while loop. As long as the condition is true, it's gonna keep on looping. As long as a is less than 10, we're gonna keep on looping. Yes, you can see it's looping. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you.